Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Thursday, May 12th, 2016. We'll take a look at this, guys. This is the GDX, the gold miner ETF. It is putting in a very bearish chart pattern, not only short-term but also on the bigger time frames. I want to start with the short-term and we'll zoom out and talk about these signals. So you're looking right now at the 10-minute chart on an intraday basis. So again, this is dotted line here is the day starting today. This was yesterday, and all of this is intraday action on a 10-minute time frame. So each candle is 10 minutes. Same thing today. Each candle is 10 minutes. Bottom line is, you saw initially GDX trade up and then reverse, and this is a very powerful reversal here. And then notice how the remainder of the day has been a very kind of slow incline. That's what we call an in spirit of bearish flag pattern. It's a very bearish pattern that usually plays out to the downside, most likely tomorrow, as early as tomorrow. So again, I would be very bearish just based on the short-term pattern for the gold miners going into tomorrow. The other thing I wanted to point out here is that if you zoom out on the chart, you've had a very choppy move here. These big ups and downs when you're at a multi-month high like the GDX is, in fact, multi-year high almost, that's a very bearish signal as well, because what's going on here is the selling pressure is institutional based. You can see the higher volume red candles here, and then the buyers are the small buyers. Look at the volume here, very light volume, and look at how the GDX trades up. So it's telling you basically that small buyers are buying as institutions are selling. And what that's telling us is there is distribution. Distribution is where the big boys unload to the small people that do not know what they are doing generally. All right, so that's another very bearish signal. Another signal on the GDX, notice this pivot high recently. Notice how twice you've come up here, and each time you have not taken out that high. Here's the highs. Look at this, below and below. So you're seeing the GDX try to break up, and each time it's not able to take out the previous major high pivot here, and that is another bearish signal on the GDX. So bottom line is, folks, just looking at the intraday, there's three signals I just pointed out that are very bearish here. Now we can flip over to the daily chart. Let's take a look at the daily real quick, and you can just see how extended this chart is. Absolutely huge to the upside. I mean, ridiculous. We don't even need these trend lines in here. These are just pivot points that we'll be watching later on. But I mean, look at this. Going back to this year, this ETF tracking the gold miners was trading at $12.50. So 12.5 to 25 is a 100% move. It did that right here. Also, what I want to point out on the daily chart is this big move down. Notice how these inside bars have never taken out this bigger high as well. Just like we talked about this smaller high right here. This is on the daily now. You're viewing it. But this is very important to see that that high has not been violated as well. If you violate this high, then that becomes a negation of any sort of bearishness. But honestly, right now, I'd be shocked to see that. I'm looking for gold miners to roll over significantly. Look at how long it's been since you've hit the 50 moving average. All right, look at, if you zoom out on the chart, I mean, look at the last, I mean, how long has it been? And even right here was the 50, and you finally bounced back to the 50 right here. And this has been even longer. This is a much longer time frame away from 50. So your target short term should be a move down into the 50 moving average. That takes you to about $21.75 to $22. That is what I'm looking for, probably in the next week or so. All right, probably in the next week or so. All right, bottom line is, this analysis is brought to you by Gareth Soloway here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. I'm Chief Market Strategist here. We have a 7-day free trial to the Research Center. I encourage you to take a shot, join it, and start making money like the rest of our members do on a daily basis. Take care.